I always forget to unmute my mic. And we're here. Hooray! It's Thursday. It's Minecraft. It's been a week, man. Like, seriously. It's been a week. Running around, so many things, making plans. It's been a week. But we started the week so good with Everspace 2. That was such a good game, and we are so excited to play it again. Unfortunately, we probably have to wait till next Monday. Sad day. But, Minecraft today. Continuing our quest for bees and other resources that we'll need for our ultimate goal, which I cannot reveal to anybody yet, but just know that there is a goal, and we're heading towards it. So, without further ado, let's just switch on over. There we go. No, wait. Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh. Guess it's still night out there. We were looking for bees, or we found bees? Something happened. We did something. Do I have a door? No, I don't have a door. Just gotta... Do I have a bed with me? I do have a bed with me. I need that in my hand. There, I don't need the seeds. Okay, so it's here if I need to sleep. I don't even know if there was bees here. But we're stuck until morning. Where are we? Oh, okay, so this is me. That's either Kira or Ashley. That's probably Kira. Yeah, I think that's Kira. It's gotta be where Kira's base is. That's okay. But I know I saw bees on this river somewhere. Ashley, I think, is up in that direction. Because I haven't seen... Well, to be fair, I guess I haven't seen Saito on the map either, but... The map barely gets to... the guild, I think.
Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Hey, Toast and Ashley are here. It looks like Saito is still deafened. Oh, I still need to build so much. This is gonna be an ordeal. But I think I know where to pick up.
It sounds like you're trying to 20,000 leagues it over there.
Just a little bit. It's such an old movie. I barely remember that it exists. So it was a book.
Yeah, it was a
right?
book,
It was
and
a book
then
first, and then they
they
made
made
a
it
movie.
into a movie. A couple movies, probably, actually.
I've never seen it or read it.
Yeah, my grandfather owned a video store, so there's so many movies that no one else has ever heard of that I know. There's this really great one about a mule that can kick field goals. It's just like slapstick comedy from beginning to end, and
That
it's
sounds like a
great.
Disney movie, to be honest.
It was actually a Walt Disney Home
No
Video.
wonder it sounded familiar.
There's an entire collection of home videos that is just Disney B-list movies, maybe even C-list movies. Apple
Oh,
Dumpling Gang
yeah,
is in
yeah.
there. Uh, a similarly non-serious one about Blackbeard's ghost, who is just kind of a very whiny person stuck in limbo who wants out. In general, the movies are funny, but they're not very good. Most of them are black and
Those are the
white.
best ones.
Yes, there's some really good ones that are black and white. It's actually the color sometimes determines whether it's going to be a good movie or not. Not like a hard factor, but a lot of the time you could tell which ones had more effort put into them, and which ones had more effort put into the recording equipment.
We now present it to you in Technicolor. Hello. How are you?
Good. Speaking of which, I was actually talking about that. I gotta get a better camera. I noticed that my camera is 30 frames per second. I gotta get
Hi.
60.
Knock my
But I'll
headphones
do
off.
a new feature.
Ah.
How can they not catch you emoting in
waiting
full,
for-
like, 4K 60 FPS?
How was your day?
Oh, I do
If
not.
you're not doing that, then you may as well, not have a camera. Like, I think half of us.
I didn't know, and I got
The furniture,
this camera
are you
when
still
I
working on
first
it?
started, and
We were almost done.
I didn't know until like today I was checking, and I'm like, wait, my camera is garbage. What am I doing? But I'll wait like until it breaks or I get monetized, one or the other. Or maybe if I get bored, I'll just buy it whenever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just
Oh,
working
I was
your way
gonna
up.
throw Star Wars trivia questions out, but
They didn't really know.
I have no clue what mine is,
No
but
one-
I'm working on
Ah,
getting a new
yes, I
one
know. I mean, they made Star Wars just for me.
because I'm tired of this one breaking.
One day. Oh, you like them?
Yeah.
The
Something is
herds
breaking
progressing?
constantly. It's usually a good sign
Yeah.
that needs replaced.
I don't want to say
Yeah.
if they're listening.
Or
Well, they're
I
not
just-
listening, but someone might be
Stuff
listening.
likes to break with
I'm
me.
recording it anyways.
Yeah.
They can
I
never
think
know.
we may be one step closer to determining what type of not living creature
Not
Ashley is.
them.
Be over there.
Okay.
Anyways,
It's like I'm just saying, Raiju's cause lots and lots
Yeah.
of equipment
Is she over there?
malfunctions.
Oh, okay.
By the way,
Never say
chat
no.
says hi to everyone.
I already said hi.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Saito's chat.
Hi.
hello.
Make sure you bully him
Alright.
extra good tonight for me.
Bye.
Maybe we'll get some pointy objects
Are
involved.
you?
No.
Am I getting
finally
food
got
delivered, or
that.
am I just
Poltergeist
waiting
is
till I'm
fond of
done?
throwing things, so especially sharp
Okay.
things. Actually, I don't know if that. What do you? Is it a preference for sharp objects, or is that just the kind of thing that poltergeists usually end up throwing?
I don't know.
Like you were the
Absolutely.
Phasmo expert.
What was the question?
Do poltergeists particularly prefer throwing pointy
Did you say
objects?
poltergeist?
They don't have any preference. They just throw whatever they can get their hands on. But they do have a murderous tendency, so if they throw more pointy objects, that would make sense.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that tracks. Also, yes, I did. That's the last we'll be saying anything about that
Yeah,
subject.
that's the last thing I want is to find a possessed goose. That sounds terrifying.
Possessed.
No, there's a T at the end. What?
Okay.
No. Now that image is in my head.
I thought
what
you
have
said
done?
poltergeist, and I thought that's what that meant.
No, it's just a
Okay,
mispronunciation.
well that mispronunciation has given me
It's
nightmares.
just a flub. No.
I approve of poltergeist completely.
Well, that's also something that a ghost would say. It's like the annoying goose game, but like that's just how the ghost behaves in Phasmo. Yeah, but actually, ghosts and geese do have a lot in common.
That's how banshees behave.
They're aggressively territorial. They make loud noises when you get too close. They can fly. There's parallels here. They both start with a
There's just no
G.
bees here? No bees in...
This is not how I saw this going.
What if all ghosts are just geese, or vice versa?
Okay, well, I think this one's
Oh,
uninhabited.
you never know what's gonna happen when you. Queue
Oh,
in
it was
with
not
amateur
uninhabited.
science. Just look at last week.
Oh yeah, last week.
Y'all punched a pipe organ and drove off a whole bunch of bats that had barely made it into the house after they ate me.
That was funny.
That was
Those
really
bats
funny.
had no chance.
They did not.
They
Not in
probably
the
should have
least.
killed you. They may have had more of a chance then.
Yeah, they could have punched the person before they punched the pipe organ. Actually, my stats were terrible. Like, I saw it as a relief that the bats were going after my character because it meant it wouldn't be balanced around my character's stats. And then I just kind of lost anyway.
We've made
There
a
was
horrible
never a
decision.
chance. Okay, does anybody have copper?
You had a chance. I believe in you.
He had absolutely no chance.
Were you present
Oh,
for
dear.
that game?
Now there's all these homeless bees.
All
I
the
remember
guys
you
were-
spent the first half of it trying to turn evil, and then you were the one who punched the pipe organ.
Did I get any honeycomb from that?
I
Oh,
was
I did.
dying to be evil, and I never did.
Crap.
That
But
sucks.
you didn't die to be evil, like I did.
Now the poor bees.
That was crazy too. You instantly died too. That was like the worst hunt, to be honest.
I don't know. I liked it because if things hadn't been stacked in the exact way required for you guys to succeed, then the fact that my character had like 2 speed and no mental stats wouldn't have affected me.
I mean, I had all sorts of
Right, you
items,
did
so I
have-
thought it was a pretty good haunt.
Yeah.
As usual, I'm lost here, but oh man, I thought we all were gonna die because we're doing pretty bad. Like we're all like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like
except-
Ashley had
I
Ashley
don't
had
know how I lived.
oh,
I don't know.
first you got possessed and that lowered your sanity from its maximum to its minimum value. Then you took a whole bunch of mental damage, and then you took a whole bunch of physical damage. But I was the one who got bit.
Yeah, there was no way I should have lived that to the end of that game like that.
I still
But
have my poke. Good.
I did.
I was
You
pretty
did.
stupid
I didn't.
as usual.
It's a rogue boat
It was
here.
crazy.
My
Dude,
character
I
was
had
like the most insane and stupid character that existed too.
Well, nobody's here.
Surprise! Like only purpose for him was to punch stuff.
It's mine now.
He had actually really good physical stats and average mental stats. You had higher mental than a lot of the other people in play.
But for example, the knowledge roll that you needed to like win, I would have never been able to do it because I only had like
true.
2 dice, and it was so funny. That's why I was like, if somehow you had killed Toast, that's it. That's it. We would Ashley and I would have never been able to win.
Yeah, unfortunately, Toast found a really easy way to get away from
I counted
me.
my movement,
Woo.
but I was like plus in just about every aspect for that one.
Yeah, I think you were doing pretty
You
good.
also had you had the bloodstone and like multiple potions that you never drank, which is probably why your stats were still good.
It's called self-control.
Overrated.
Speaking of Toast, I think I saw that you have a cousin that is a microwave.
Wait, what?
Do
Oh,
tell,
we talked
do
about
tell.
this before, I think.
Well, it killed me in a game. So it's a game about this microwave that looks similar to you, Toast, and somehow when I broke it because I kept using too much stuff in it, the manager came out of it. I'm guessing it was a manager and murdered me. So I'm pretty sure it was your cousin.
So, because you destroyed someone's appliance and then they stabbed you, you're assuming the microwave is in cahoots with the toaster?
Well, look,
All right, we're gonna.
it
I'm not sure if this
somehow
tracks.
somehow this the figure monster came out of it. The only thing I could think
Listen,
of
if
is
you're
toast.
talking about
It's
possession, that's Ashley's
assimilating.
department.
No.
Yeah, I
It's more
mean,
like
it sounds like it
assimilation.
had a lot less to do with the microwave itself and a lot more to do with some malicious entity inside it. And I don't think, well, how do I say this? I think if Toast had a malicious entity, like, possessing him and attacking him could bring it out, we'd have seen
I'm
it a
not possessed.
long
I'm
time
just a
ago.
malicious entity.
Exactly.
I was more inclined to believe there was a more like, you know, his true form that is inside of it. So we don't know what Toast's true form is and how he assimilated.
That's
the
true.
toaster.
You do remember I'm from space, though, right?
That's the scary part. Yeah, but that thing looked weird. It wasn't even human, and it was walking.
Yes, humans
forward.
who come from space.
No, I mean it wasn't human. It was like some weird ghoulish monster came out of the microwave, just murdered me instantly. Also because I piled a bunch of boxes in my way, because I'm smart. That's what you do. You just start throwing boxes everywhere and then trap yourself.
That sounds like Bomberman.
Oh, I miss Bomberman.
Anyone else played Bomberman? Man, that game is ancient.
Not in
but still
years.
good.
I used to play on the Dreamcast.
I remember actually spending a lot of time playing Bomberman Land, which was like if Mario Party had a story but no board. It was just the mini games.
Interesting.
It was something. I'm not entirely certain how I felt about it. I never beat it, but I got close, I think, a couple times. Because it had like different zones and you had to like compete to get the most mileage out of your arcade tokens. It was the Wii era where anything could be a game, but it wasn't the Game Boy Advance era where everything was a game. It was like that little in between. Because like
Okay.
literally everybody tried to make a Game Boy Advance game, and then
Door.
everybody who succeeded vaguely in that went and made a Wii game.
I had a Game Boy
I didn't
Advance.
know
That.
that,
was a good
but
time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
but
have mine.
there are so many. Like if you try and find a total list of all Game Boy Advance games ever published, there's some crazy stuff out there. I want to say Barbie had like 5, and I couldn't tell you what a single one of those games was about. Just that there were 5 Barbie games on the Game Boy Advance.
Those were my favorite ones.
Cool.
Good to know, Saito.
Thanks for
Does
sharing
that mean you're
that
excited for the new
information
Barbie
with
movie?
us.
You know, I'm actually gonna
Wait,
go
Yeah.
watch
there's a new
that
Barbie movie?
Yeah.
What? Wait.
It looks funny. I'm gonna.
Wait, is
What is
Barbie
it?
still around?
Yes, Barbie is the
Apparently.
most profitable doll in history. Of course it's still around.
Yeah, I figured like some Karen would have gone after it or something.
Barbie is a female icon.
Oh.
Somehow.
Yeah, but it's like the stereotypical female icon. You know how like people get offended at everything? There's a lot that you could get offended with in the way that Barbie's presented.
Oh, anyway.
Not that I do, of course. No, it's just like I can't
Flowers
imagine that
Oh, and it's
Like-
getting dark.
the feminist side of the world would go, Barbies are perfectly okay.
Oh, I better head back.
Barbies are what every girl should strive to be.
You know
I
what?
don't see that being the conversation.
I'm pretty sure it'll do good, especially for any YouTuber that covers like media stuff. Their channel is gonna be blowing up.
With all the drama. There are
Yeah.
so many drama channels out there nowadays, and it's just like I have to unrecommend all of them because it's just so much. Like, have you heard about how much this person sucks or this person? And like, sometimes they've got valid points, but half the time it's just some random
Okay, we're
thing
gonna-
like a celebrity said one thing once that could be interpreted in a bad way. Or we're going to
Oh.
take someone you already don't like and try and twist everything they do to make it look like they're even like either dumber or more evil than they already were presented.
We're almost out of melon.
Drama
Yeah.
channels annoy me. Like,
I guess we have the berries then.
especially the ones that aren't like actionable. That's what really bugs me. It's like, is there something I can do about this? Is there something that I would do that I'm not already doing because of this? And the
What
answer is
should we do?
usually
What should
no.
we do?
We're just trying to get your attention because that's how we get our money.
The thing is, like, the world has changed so much with the social media that we're not in our echo chamber. Like, it used to be where you only share the same values as your community, because that's all you knew. Like, you were going to school, everyone's playing Pokemon, then you were in that gang playing Pokemon. Well, not gang, but you know, in that group playing Pokemon. There's like the jocks who just care about sports.
Because I don't need any more tools.
You know, then there's the, whatever you like, you were into, and it was just like your group. That's it. Like, you didn't care about the news. Like, as a kid, I never gave a crap about news. My parents would watch it. I would just go to a room and, play
It's
with
also kind of the fault of the news because like everything that exists in news nowadays is engineered to make you upset or like some other incredibly strong emotion, and it has very little to do with the actual information being presented anymore.
Correct. And that's the thing. Like, back in the day, we didn't watch the news because we didn't care. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how old you guys are, but I'm already 33, so I'm not sure if you guys were in the same thing. Like, I didn't get a phone till I was like 18, and it wasn't like the smartphone, so I didn't end up with social media till like I was like what 20 something. But for especially the new kids now and the younger gen, the problem, and even older people because they've been involved too. The problem is, like, you get the news now of ridiculous stuff that you didn't get before because, again, it was an echo chamber. You'll only get the news of like your area, but usually now you get the news of everything. So if there's like a lunatic somewhere across the world or across the country, then
So we need to go
that's
find some
the,
flowers
that's
and put
what
over
the
here.
news want to
So
focus on.
maybe we'll
And
clear the
then they
trees,
bring
too.
in their agenda and they be like, oh, if that person is this, that's a lunatic, then everyone can be a lunatic around you. So then everyone's like
you know what, why don't we just
strapped, getting ready for any lunatic. And
Yeah.
if you
Dig
go
down.
ask for a cup of sugar, bam, 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 no more sugar. So
Yeah,
it
not to
gets-
mention like the way that modern culture is set up is very isolationist. But we're getting into heavy topics. That's not what we're supposed to be doing here. We're supposed to be murdering each other and enjoying Minecraft's
hold on? What was that first part?
or some combination of the two.
Yeah, you want to explain that first part to us again? Kira?
I mean, I feel like you're an expert on the subject, Ashley. I think you should take it from here.
No, I want to hear what you have to say.
I wasn't including myself in participating in that particular embed. At least not for the foreseeable
brought it
future,
up.
unless some guy with something about guild taxes shows up on my doorstep. I don't have a.
I mean, you've been
door
paying your
yet,
guild
per
taxes,
se,
so
but
no one has to show up and collect yet.
I believe when you asked if I wanted to pay any guild taxes, the amount that I said I would pay was no. But apparently
I don't
that's
remember
the issue for
asking
the
if you
moment.
wanted to do anything. I just remember asking for your contribution.
And my contribution was the word no.
And then I was paid my taxes, so we're all happy.
Oh. Okay.
I feel
I'm
like
a little more concerned than I was a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's just paranoia.
I'm sure.
Sounds like there's lava near me.
Oh,
Speaking of
lava
paranoia.
is great for taking baths, by the way. You should definitely jump into it.
I've done it before. It's really relaxing, but it burns and melts my skin and flesh.
Unless you got diamonds in your inventory, then that makes you fireproof.
Diamonds make you fireproof? Good to know, good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like drinking a fire potion, except all you have to do is hold it in your inventory. It's great. You should check it out.
I will have
Hot
to
new
one of
take.
these days.
It's part of one of the updates that they did, the like misery and sadness update or something.
Oh, there's
They usually
actually I
use like two
noticed.
nouns now, right? They got caves and cliffs, pillage and village, misery and sadness, all these naming schema.
Wait, those are
Yeah.
real names?
I don't know, I kind of like the redstone update. It had a nice ring to it.
That was in the Dark Ages.
That was back in the Dark Ages. Back when your clicks per second was equal to your damage per second.
Better times.
I miss that.
I don't miss the PvP back in those days, but everything else, yeah, that was pretty fun.
I never played PvP.
Also, I don't know,
so-
it made the axe feel a lot better to use. Like, that was the thing, like, using an axe for combat was always a meme up until it actually became a thing. And that was when it happened, when that actually became a thing you could get away with doing. So that's kind of cool.
I'm on fire!
Fun.
Oh, did he try it? Did he try the diamond thing?
Saito, what did you do?
No, I
Plausible
didn't try that.
deniability! Plausible deniability!
I didn't try that. I was trying to like cover the fire that came
Hmm.
out of the lava, and
Not
I
finding
went
anything yet.
into it.
Were you trying to cover it with, like, exposed skin, or maybe some kindling?
Uh, I just did not think everything through.
Remember, Saito, if you're ever on fire,
See?
Oh,
to stop,
I
drop,
did
and roll.
again.
First, you stop next to your friends, then you drop them with a swift fire punch and roll all over them to spread the flames. That way, they'll go out, because a thin flame is no flame.
This reminds me that there is a scenario in Betrayal to just set the house on fire and try and burn it down, while the bad guys, because there are multiple bad guys in that one, try to keep the fire from spreading and kill all the fire starters.
It feels more like there's multiple good guys and one person who's an arsonist.
It kind of sounds like it, except it's in more of an even split. It's got a draft system to it. And the idea is the house is evil and must be burned to the ground. You have to do it. Like, that's the only way to deal with the fire, or to deal with the house's threat, and the shadows that are creeping at you from every direction. And those shadows are the other players who are trying to stop the fires. It's a really cool scenario and premise because you actually burn the house down and start, like, flipping over tiles and removing them from the house as they turn to ash. But it is terrible in the way that it's balanced.
That just makes me think of that old
basically-
animated horror film, what was it, Monster House or something?
Yes. Oh, so few people. Like, I would not expect anyone to have seen that. I still don't know where my family obtained that. That was like a random DVD that my grandparents had.
You
I
know,
was
I
like,
actually watched it in the
what if we
theater.
watch that? You watched Monster House in theater?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Funny story. Well, I'm old, so funny story. So there was this movie called Lady in the Water, I think it was, and we went to watch that one. I wanted to watch that one. That was like a time where I like care about books and like smart crap, and so I convinced my mom and my brother and sisters to go watch it. We were all young, except well, obviously my mom was younger than now. But anyway, the point is that she wasn't that young. But I was like 10 or 15 or 12. I don't remember when it came out, but I was young. And then we go and we start watching Lady in the Water, and it sucked. Like, it was boring and it was ridiculous. And I was like there, and then my brother and sister snuck and went to the other
Flowers.
auditorium with the Monster House. And my mom's like, "You really want to keep watching this crap?" I'm like, "No." So
Ouch.
we just snuck in and we started watching Monster House. And then, because we cut it in between, then we stayed there for again and started watching from the beginning to catch up. It was a really good movie, by the way.
It was. Like, Monster House is an incredible film. It was really well done.
So I'll
It
never
was a
forget
scary
that movie
film.
just because of Lady in the Water.
It was scary, but it was also so much fun.
Why? Why does the lava hate me so much?
Is that a rhetorical question?
I feel like it shouldn't be. I feel like he knows the answer to that question.
Oh god, there's more lava.
There's one
Yeah.
spooky horror movie that I want to see, but I've just never gotten around to actually watching it. And it's an old movie called Rubber. Yeah, it's about
Rubber.
it's about a
Is this
tire.
like the
No,
opposite
there's
of
like this
blubber,
tire
or...
that rolls around an old Midwestern town and kills people. Just the tire. There's no car. Just the tire on its own. It just rolls around and kills people.
Hollywood is such a strange place, especially when it comes to the horror movies. I will
Just-
never understand.
Yep, just a
Just a
tire. No
tire?
metal rim in it. Just the empty tire.
Possessed.
It just rolls around the town and kills people.
Oh,
Gives burn rubber a whole new meaning.
I feel like that was one of the quotes on the box. Something
Burn
like that.
rubber. Oh,
It pops up on like Hulu every so often, but I never have the guts to watch it.
Oh,
It
I'm
sounds
gonna,
like a
I'm
great
gonna
way to
watch it.
waste like an entire afternoon.
Oh, I might watch it this weekend if I'm not doing anything for sure.
Maybe you
That
could
sounds amazing.
like drinking challenge. Like I would do this with water or juice or something, as opposed to actual like beverages, because I don't drink. But imagine like drinking every time they mention the word rubber in the movie Rubber.
Oh no, I would love
Oh.
to do something like that where you drink alcohol, but
Yeah, so
I gotta lose
like
weight.
drinking games like that, or whenever something that happens fairly often in a show happens, you take a drink,
they're like,
and it's just like how long can you last
Okay.
throughout the entire
Got that
thing when this
started.
very
Start
common
taking
thing
some of
is
these trees down
causing you mental
so I can
damage.
see.
but that's the best part. If you're drinking actual alcohol, it'll probably help you deal with the mental damage because you're just not gonna be all there. You're gonna be like, oh
In the
yeah,
case of some movies, fair enough.
this tire. Oh yes, please kill someone else.
All right, Saito.
man,
Do
Hollywood
you
is
know a
such
movie
strange
called
place.
Cannonball Run?
Oh no.
I think that
But
would
that sounds hilarious. Don't tell
No,
me
it's not.
cannonball
It's
that
a-
kills people.
a movie about a race, but it's basically one big parody comedy about a bunch of other movies and things of that era. So you've got like
Don't tell me. The Fast and
sort
Furious
of
and
it's
stuff
a
like that?
bit before Fast and the Furious. It's around when oh, what's his name? One of the James Bonds that did For Your Eyes Only. Roger Moore, that's who it
Oh,
is.
I'm bad with people.
Anyway, it's I think it's an 80s movie, but it's absolutely hilarious, and I think it's right up your alley, comedy-wise.
Hey, how did I get my fishing rod with mending back? It's in my box. Was it always there? Am I stupid? I'm stupid. Yeah, no, that movie sounds amazing. Cause I'm not sure if you guys seen, there's similar movie like that. There's a fake one with 300, but I forgot the real name. They had like a bunch of stupid stuff to same. There's the one that is like this fake Spider-Man, but it's that Drake from Drake and Josh that, nowadays he's serving other times, but I forgot what was the name. Super guy, super something, whatever. That was pretty funny too. There was like a few of those parody movies similar to like scary movies, and I love those movies because it's just so stupid.
I
So that
really
movie
like
sounds like
old
it's, like,
movies.
around that area.
That's my jam. Old movies and science fiction.
I just love horror movies. It doesn't matter. Like the older ones are better in my opinion. Like one of the scariest movies to me to this day would be the original Exorcist. That one was like scary. But these new ones, it's so stupid. So I always laugh because they look hilarious. But yeah, I love horror and comedy, obviously.
I think I'm more of a heist movie person, just because I love like the crew banter, the shenanigans that they get up to. Like Inception is probably my favorite movie of all time. Like,
Oh,
it's
I
really hard to
just
pick
saw
a
it.
favorite, but Inception is definitely up there. Just the concepts and the way that they handle the exposition, because the exposition is primarily them saying important things while one member of the crew messes with another member of the crew. And it just does this excellent job of trying to give you complex sci-fi concepts without boring you by like using the interactions between specific people. Also, the dream shenanigans were just so well done. Like CGI, but before Doctor Strange. On the level of Doctor Strange. Pretty cool.
I know it was a really good movie when I watched it. I didn't understand, like, I think the ending was like weird, and it leaves you like, do you think? I think. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
the
It was a
ending
long
is
time.
like a perfect, like, it asks the question. So, it asks the question, like, that completely redefines the end of the story depending on what answer you get. Which is a perfect way for a good movie to end. Because it kind of gives you the resolution at first, and then it kind of takes it back and goes, but what if?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that. That for me was like, you know, like the strawberry on top. Like, it was perfect for something that was already handling so many complex concepts in the ways that they did.
I used to like movies like that, but now I'm like into like just stupid movies. Oh, horror.
You said it. No one else said that.
Stupid movies are funnier though. I just like I usually don't even watch action movie anymore. Like I
Wow.
used to. I just can't. It's like, oh man, like when you see like it's like, what is it, like
Yes.
either that Jason Stratton
Nice.
guy, or I never get his name right, or like The Rock or whatnot, and they like making like, it depends. If it's like Jumanji or something like that, I loved it. But especially Kevin Hart and The Rock, to me, have
Oh,
like
the new
best
Jumanji, was
chemistry.
that any good?
It
I
was. It
never
was
saw
actually
it.
really good.
I would say yes. Yeah, it was
I'm gonna
fun.
have to check that out sometime.
They,
Because, like, there was an entire, like, video game rush at one point after Ready Player One did super well. There was a lot of other movies that came out like it, and I haven't seen any of the other ones because I watched Ready Player One, and that was like my one movie per every 3 months that I would
Did
watch.
you like Ready Player One?
Yeah, I've read the book, and there was this. They did things very differently, but I enjoyed it while I was watching it. Like, it is a very well set up. It's not very plausible when you start thinking about it just a little bit. Like, um, just the concept falls apart, and also I have a big gripe with the digital universe fictional concept that it made people take seriously for a while. People are still trying to take it seriously, though it's mostly people who shouldn't be taken seriously, like Mark Zuckerberg. But it kind
wait,
of set up
huh?
this false expectation, like that Ready Player One was inevitability. It was going to exist at some point, and you should be like investing in people who try to do something similar. Because we've had stuff like Second Life, which tries to do the same thing that's been around forever. And you've also got stuff like Facebook's attempt at the metaverse. You've got Decentraland. All kinds of people trying to do the thing that it was never meant to be a thing in reality. It's just a fictional concept.
I only read
I think
part
the
of the
metaverse
book,
is amazing.
but I thought the book was either like the world in the book was a bit more dystopian. Like it was like too overcrowded,
Yeah,
and that's why they were retreating
like
to it.
they were trying to they were trying to really play up the dystopian aspect of like Ready Player One in the movies, but they just ended up doing it in a different way.
I thought the movie was good.
But definitely a good movie.
The Tomb Raider movie I thought was great. One of the few good media transformations of a video game.
Yep, and the Sonic and Mario have been doing pretty well in completely different ways.
Yeah.
Like Mario
Those are really good.
make a fun movie and really did, and then Sonic seems to be setting up a cinematic universe.
Sonic
I watched
was
any of the
awesome.
Sonic movies actually. Do you remember the original Sonic model
Tone squared.
for the Sonic movies and how bad it was?
They should have used it.
We're just mining to
while
we wait for the bees to
so bad.
finish doing their thing so we can make more beehives.
It was so freaking cursed.
Just killing time.
No, it was realistic. It looked amazing.
It wasn't realistic.
Yes. Look, I have a picture. Let me see. Oh my god. I need to find it.
So
I gotta
cursed.
Put it in the Discord. But they have like cracked tails, and they have like the Sonic, and I think like.
Go right ahead.
Oh no.
That's what they should have used.
That would have been so bad. Like I could see how it would have been.
It's always nice to have something to listen to in the background.
Bad.
Look, all the little kids that went and watched it would get nightmares. I would have taken my kids to get nightmares.
That's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to appeal to the kids, not.
No.
Are them for life.
Nightmares. Look, it's funny.
Can you
when
imagine
kids
if
have
someone's
nightmares.
That'd be
first
nice if we
exposure
found some
to the
diamonds. That'd be
Sonic
cool.
games? They're like, well, I don't know if I want to, have my kid watch these,
I
play
heard
these Sonic games, but they had a movie. And I can sit through a movie. We'll see. We'll see what we
Rather
think
find a
after the
dungeon.
movie. And they're like 5 minutes in, and Sonic looks like that. That they should not be considered responsible adults if they buy Sonic games for their kids after that point.
Look, speaking of games, they should make the game like Sonic Frontier should have used that model. Like it would have been so beautiful. They should have
No,
that. As a skin.
that's probably a mod for the PC version. And
I'm
no,
Let's see if I download it and make a
this
video
is such
on
a
that.
cursed concept. No. I've actually been playing through Cursed Halo recently. Now that it's gone in the
Did you-
Steam Workshop.
Not
That
to
would be-
not to swing back
Oh, it's so
onto
much fun.
Sonic, but did you see that the original Sonic model was in the Chip and Dale movie? Hey, Ton Squared, thanks for the
heard,
follow.
and I have
Chip and
not
Dale?
watched
I
Chip
don't
and
know
Oh,
what
so
that
they
is.
so Chip and Dale had a old animated show called Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, and so they
Oh, I
made a
hated that show.
reboot straight to Disney Plus movie, a mixture of animation, 3D animation, and live action, sort of like Roger Rabbit. And essentially, what it was is it's the world that way make all these movies, so all these characters in the movies are real. They're just animated and wandering around the world. So original Teeth Sonic
Yeah,
was
just like your
there,
friend Roger
and he was
Rabbit.
just taken out of the movie for another Sonic.
I still think
Oh,
that's
so it was
messed
just
up.
like chosen
Right.
as the wrong actor. Reminds me a little bit of Wreck-It Ralph and poor
Ooh, a lot of
Q-Bird.
zombie noises. Maybe I am finding a dungeon.
It's still pretty messed
Has
up. That
anyone
show
else
was
actually
good.
played Q-Bird, by the way?
Bit before my time.
Never heard of it.
My grandfather, on the other side of my family, has... No, it's actually the same one who owns the video store. Has
Maybe I'm just gonna
an old,
mining
like,
out of
PS1, and he had very
the
few
hill.
games for it. One of them was Q-Bird. That game was hard. Like, it was like... Imagine if Pac-Man was a 2D platformer.
Well, it's getting louder.
But you moved at a constant speed like you do in Pac-Man. And there were all kinds
Ooh,
of
fire.
different ghost enemies. And like they all
I'll
had different
take that.
behaviors. You're trying to paint this entire like pyramid-shaped map. Actually, the map was never actually the same shape, I don't think. So there was all kinds of different map options.
We're almost out of
It was really
Our
difficult,
stone
and
pickaxes, that's
you had
upsetting.
to tilt your controllers sideways as well because it was an isometric game. So you had to tilt your controller 45 degrees to actually get the proper control schematic.
It feels like far too much effort.
I think on arcade machines it would be more like it would. Imagine your D-pad but rotated
All right, I think there's
so
gotta
that
be a
all of the D-pads are diagonal. That's what it would have looked like for an intended control schematic.
gotta be a dungeon here
That sounds
somewhere.
horrific.
It
These
was
noises
something.
are getting pretty loud.
Seemed kind of fun though. Like I couldn't quite get into it because the last time that I played it, I was like probably 10 or 11.
You're right, Tom Squared. That would be a pain.
Oh boy, the phantoms are coming.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
been
hi,
underground
Ashley.
for quite a while and have not been sleeping.
Huh?
You've just been quiet for a while, and all of a sudden you're here. It's like, oh, that's right, you're here too.
Hi. Yes,
Are we
I
both
do
talking
exist.
about a lot of different things, and I don't think Ashley has
What
much
is your
say
hot
in
take
most
on
of
movies,
them.
Ashley?
I don't watch many movies.
What is the main form of media that you consume then?
I
I
actually
mean,
don't
it's got to be
consume a lot
YouTube
of
for all of us
media.
at this point, right? It's got to be like YouTube,
Yeah, definitely YouTube. I don't
TikTok
watch
if you're a
a whole
degenerate.
lot of stuff anymore, though. I like spend most of my time doing other stuff now. I don't really have much time to just watch like YouTube for hours on end like I used to.
Like the good old days.
I'm pretty chill with what I do daily now, so.
Are you
That's
an
cool.
arts and crafty person?
I do crochet. I haven't crocheted in a while though.
You can make a lot of cool stuff doing crochet.
I make plushies. Is
Have
what
you
I
seen
usually
the
make.
the crochet
plushies are
book
awesome.
that shows you how to make all these little monster plushies like Cthulhu and vampires and Bigfoot and stuff?
I have not, but that
They
sounds
sell it at
interesting.
Joann's
Sounds
Fabric,
amazing.
and it's so cute.
Oh. I might have to-
Actually,
Yeah.
you should make a plushie of the original Sonic.
No.
I think you should do that.
No.
No.
that would
I
be
feel
thank
like
you.
such an artifact should never be brought into this world.
Ah!
I'll buy it from you and buy it for my kid so he can.
Oh God.
Your
I
screen
don't-
time on
I don't
TikTok clocked
think-
in
I
at
think that
19
might
hours this week.
qualify as psychological
gosh.
abuse.
19 hours in
Okay.
1 week? My
If I were
goodness.
one of those parents, I don't know if I will.
You might have a small
Whenever
case of
I
addiction
find
there.
something that bothers him, I'm gonna be like with my little brother. I used to bother my little brother, and it was in my 20s. My mom used to get so mad. Alright. My mom is like Cuban, right?
Alright, you
So
skeleton bro.
she gets like crazy. Like when she gets mad, she goes,
Ah,
and she starts screaming like a psychopath. It's amazing growing up
Come on.
with
There we
parents
go.
that scream like that, especially her. And my
See.
yeah, it's a different culture. It's really interesting. And my brother, I used to be like calling him a puta, which in English is the B word. And
There
so
we
I'll
go.
be like, I think
Oh,
like
we better
I'm
hit the
sleeping,
switcher.
I'll just whisper, puta, like this. I would say it like this too with my voice. I'll be like, puta, and I'll act like I'm sleeping. And my brother, he was like 8, and he'll be like, oh, stop! And I did that for like hours. I'll never get tired. And then my mom will come into the room and see me like that. I look like I'm sleeping. I did pretty well to not laugh.
Ah, don't
And she
worry.
would like start throwing everything in the room. She would start throwing everything like, ah, shut up. And then at the end, she went to me and she's like, stop acting. I know you're sleeping. So you're in your 20s and you're like 25 and you're still doing little stupid crap like this.
Ah,
Like, stop.
alright. Could
So
you,
now that
like,
I'm
chill
an
off?
adult, I could do it to my son. If it bothers him, I'll just keep bugging him. And no one can get mad at me. Oh, well, maybe his mom.
I'm on
I
fire.
feel like a lot of people are going to get mad at you.
That was perfect.
What's down here?
Ashley just comes in.
Sometime we all feel on
Wait,
fire.
you didn't take the diamond stick seriously, did you? I thought you were a little bit more in tune than that.
Wait, what happened?
Nothing. They just must have
Light
jumped
down
in
there,
lava
let's not
without
hit down
wearing
there just yet.
diamonds.
No, a zombie set me on fire.
You know you're not supposed to hug the zombies, right?
It looked sad, alright?
That
The
Okay,
zombie looks sad.
I got a cool question. Now that we're earlier talking about future, what would you guys like? Will you guys, two things? Will you guys, if immortality was an
What is
option,
this?
will you guys allow being immortal?
I've
No.
seen a comic about this, and
There's a comic?
I don't think I
Oh.
would want to survive
that?
the
What?
heat death of the universe.
Oh, is that just
Oh,
like
yeah, I don't
moss or
mind.
something?
I love
Ah,
to see
okay.
chaos.
But that's like everything, like the end of time, the end of everything, and you're just still
They
around.
did that in Doctor Who.
You know, why not? Why not be there? I would
because
love
it
to
would
be
be
in the end.
traumatizing.
At that
I'm
point, would it be
pretty sure
traumatizing? I mean, you've been
I'll be
around
good.
so long, you've seen so much, you're just like, finally, it's over.
You're right, fine. Yeah, I feel like at some point, any immortal would long for death.
Yeah, I still would do it. I'll be like, you know what? I want to be immortal because I could keep playing video games, and
But
I
they'll
could
stop
just
making
chill.
video games.
Eventually,
No. I'll just play the old ones. Play the old ones.
you'll
it's
still have to
good.
pay taxes.
I'll be like,
Maybe there's like a memory thing too, because if like you can, like, there's a lot of questions that come with that, because like, you know how you can go back and read a book you haven't read in like 3 years, and you'll still know most of it, but you'll still be surprised by things. You won't remember everything exactly. You might have some Mandela effect thing going on. It'll be at least somewhat like a new experience and still entertaining.
yeah.
Same thing with like movies and stuff. Does that happen if you're immortal and can like if you've lived for thousands of years? Do you remember all those thousands of years? Do you still only have the memory of a normal person?
You'll
It
probably
would be a
remember,
mix
like,
of
only the
both,
good
I would
important
think.
stuff,
Like, you would misplace something, forget about it for 300 years, and then you'd be wandering through a random museum one day and see it there, and you're like, oh, there it is! I lost that one day! And then you wouldn't be able to get it back.
Sounds great.
Those were
Sounds
my
like the
tiny
shenanigans
whities.
with like Indiana Jones's
Right over
or
here for a
something.
second. Make some more torches.
I would
Like, you
be
know how
immortal,
certain
though.
characters always have their artifacts that they're always known for and never without?
Oh yeah, definitely. Then you can never be that person again. Because every time you have to fake your death.
You faking your death would become a bit of a struggle,
Oh,
or
lapis.
like
I don't need that.
becoming a deity instead. Like, there's maybe doing both. If you want to really confuse the people, you can also just kind of waver back and forth on it. Like, claim your
Oh, hello,
deity
little
and then
bat.
die, and then or fake your death, and then like come back, but only to a select group of people.
Oh no.
Just start all manner of havoc.
Oh no, that sounds horrific. That's too much chaos for me.
But you gotta think about this. Being immortal would be good for one thing, and one thing only. Space exploration.
Oh, you know
Except
what?
would
Yes.
it though? Because if you never figure out space exploration,
As long as you're moving in one
Yeah,
direction.
we're humans.
okay, I see where this is starting to go now. But what if that one direction happens to be into either the sun or a black hole? Both have very, very strong gravitational pulls, and both would be very, very bad for kind of the opposite reasons.
True, but I would think you'd be a little more prepared.
And if it's like impossible for you to die, impossible for you to escape, you're just burning in the center of the sun forever. This is sounding worse and worse. I don't like this plan.
I'm surprised that was where you went to first. I mean, the first downside I would see would be the many, many years of space travel just through the void of space on your own. Like, will you just go insane?
Well, yeah, but that's implying there's a destination. And, you know, like, we've already covered how the mental stuff is going to be slightly different. Maybe you've got thousands of years worth of patience to go in. Or like, maybe you're
Patience
mentally
notwithstanding,
stable because you're immortal or
Human
something.
nature, you can't be alone for more than a set amount of time before you just start losing it.
Fair, but you know you're not human anymore. You're immortal. How much is that?
Yeah, will that affect
fixed?
your... Will it prevent you from going insane?
I'm already insane. It's fine.
Very, very good questions that we're forming here. Man, this got philosophical for a SMP stream.
Immortality gets that way pretty fast. What is this?
You never know what to
Did they
expect.
change what Bedrock looks like?
It's like, I don't think they changed it that much. Are you looking at like Deep Slate?
Oh, I don't know.
Or
I'm
have you been
underground, and
underground
it's
much?
kind of like dark cobblestone almost.
I'm guessing that you found the deeper caves that have been introduced in the Caves and Cliffs update, like
Oh, it's
2 or
deep
3
slate?
versions
Oh,
ago.
okay.
Oh,
Chat
please
says
don't
it's
be
deep
fire,
slate.
lava, and-
This is
Yeah,
much
it's
after
deep
my
slate.
time.
Yep, so basically, Y doesn't stop at 0 now, it goes to -75. Down there, you're more likely to find certain stuff like diamonds. Monster spawns, I think, are increased, or maybe it's just there's a lot of
It's more annoying to
more
mine.
places for them to spawn, and the really big caves are down there too. Like, caves the size of biomes.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Just
It's
don't
honestly
run
really
into a
cool.
deep, dark area.
You're supposed to carry torches with you, right?
I mean, there's
Probably.
a specific
Oh,
area. Yeah.
that kind of area. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't feel like we should talk about that area. That should be something to discover.
Oh,
All
boy.
right. I won't say anything.
I'm already in the negative stuff, so no dark area. So jump in without thinking. Got it.
Yeah, that should do you fine.
This is interesting. This is very
More
interesting.
copper.
Might as well just...
I got
Like, y'all
both,
are
and I
excited
got-
about
the rest of
other
this pickaxe.
resources. Copper is where it's at for me. I just need all the copper. I'm considering like trying to get a fortune pickaxe so I can mine
All
more
right, let's
copper.
head back up and check on the bees.
Oh wow, you really must like copper.
Yeah, well, I'm using a lot of
Like I
it.
said, he's building a submarine.
Specifically for like the one thing copper does that other materials don't do. That you wouldn't normally think of as a good thing.
It changes color, I know, after time.
Yeah, it oxidizes. It rusts, and that's what makes it valuable.
Are you making
to
the
me.
Statue of Liberty?
No.
Are you
I
the
am
French?
Not making a Statue of Liberty. No. Is it no?
Yeah, it's no.
In English. Like, I love how no is like the universal.
I took French in college, and I don't
Like,
remember a lot of it.
It's not even universal, but there's so many like there's one word that you're like at least got a 50-50 chance in
That's
any
not out.
given language of it being this, and that's no. Or something that sounds vaguely
My
like
favorite
no.
French word is bread, because it's pronounced like pain,
Croissant.
but it's spelled P-A-I-N. Pain.
Pain?
It might actually be pronounced pain. I don't remember. It's been a while since college.
Pain is bread. Pain is bread. That
That's
explains
fine.
This
a
is
lot
also
about
not-
the toaster.
Not the way out.
You are just cooking pain.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, that's weird. It's pronounced pan?
It's something
That's
like
how it ended
that.
up in the toasters. He was trying to do something that could inflict pain, you know? A master of pain, but he got auto-translated to French. And ended up in a toaster.
Well, the toaster wasn't the goal when I arrived on this planet, you know. I was hoping for something a little more deadly and more processing
A
power.
microwave. A microwave,
Yeah,
like his
Like
cousin.
a fridge.
At least as a fridge, I could fall on someone.
Like
Well,
a
no, like-
pineapple.
Don't most fridges, like new fridges, have like Wi-Fi or
Oh, yeah.
something really crazy?
They're all like that now. Most of them, anyways.
Yeah, the toaster's not, which is what, like, the saving grace of humanity right now is they didn't put Wi-Fi in their toasters.
I don't know why. I would put Wi-Fi in my toaster. Why would I know when
Ah!
my toast is ready?
How deep do we
Uh-oh. I don't need this cobblestone.
Like, think about that. You go You get some toast, you get it ready, and then you
Let's
just
make
go
a
into your
chest
room,
and put up here.
and then you get the notification on your phone. Boop! Your toast is ready.
Yeah, but can you imagine what would happen if our toast ended up getting access to your phone?
Oh
Whoops.
no.
Can't put it there.
Then it's gonna be like that game all over again. I'll get murdered.
Yep. Wait, which game? I mean, I don't know if we played a game where you
There we
haven't
go.
been murdered yet. Except for the one where you spent the entire time appeasing the toaster, so.
You know, it is true. Like, I do die in every game, apparently.
I feel like that's more or less your objective, though. You run head straight into anything.
Yeah,
I've always been like that.
you're like begging for death every time we play Phasmo. It's not always for your death, but you're always begging for death.
Door.
I'm very impatient for some reason.
Yeah,
Might
that's
as well
really
smelt
funny
some stuff while I'm
considering like you're a Super Saiyan. Normally it takes like what 40 to 45 minutes to transform. You'd think patience would be something very sought after in that race.
Oh, I'm a different Super Saiyan. I end the fight right away. When the bad guy starts like screaming, I'm already like, I blast him. I'm like,
Sucker punch him.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
that's
not
like,
one for monologues.
Not... Yeah, no, I'm like, not today. I gotta go
We'll
edit
light
my
that here,
video or
too.
start a stream. I have no time for this. And I just
Oh,
fly away.
actually, I should set my spawn here.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot to ask the second question, but before that,
There we
I
go.
said this before. It's hilarious. My girlfriend doesn't like when I say this, but I would give anything,
Nope.
everything
Nope.
that I have
Nope.
to be a Saiyan. Like if they go like even my soul, like if they come to me and like, hey,
What is
you
it?
give your soul
T?
to be a
Nope.
Saiyan. I'm like, fuck yeah. Here's my soul.
Nope.
How much of the other soul? Do you want more souls? I have two
There we go.
kids. They're pretty innocent, new, pure souls. Do you want them too? Can I be a Saiyan?
I understand why certain people might not like this conversation or train of thought.
Oh, I'm not even kidding. Come on, it's being a
Not
Saiyan. You know
fine.
how powerful you
Oh,
get.
let's
You
move
look,
this farther down.
I'll go to the gym. I'll train. Go Super Saiyan. I could just fly. It'll be cool. There's a war. I just go blast
That's
him.
enough.
I just blast the opposing whoever. I just blast them. I'm like, all right, who wants to start
All
a
right,
war?
but how many people do you think have already taken this deal by the time it gets around to you?
That's the problem. And hopefully it's only
Back down
me.
into the
It's
mine.
Now
like if
you're
there's
being
like
blasted.
if the army becomes all Saiyans, that makes an entire different set of problems.
Hey, at least we fight to the death. It'll be cool. The planet will explode probably. I wouldn't be
Like,
surprised.
how does a fighter jet stack
Not
up
at all.
against a Saiyan?
Folds like a house of cards.
Oh,
Like, not at all. So, all of our military technology has just been reduced to how many Saiyans do we have? How many people can we get to sell their soul to become a soldier of the military?
oh yeah, that's true. But come on, people are like very like, oh my soul. Not
The
me.
better
I'm
question
like,
is-
yeah, my soul.
They don't even need to offer the soul anymore. They just need to offer, like, compulsory military service. Now they can
No,
invade
no, no.
whatever
The better
country
question
they
is,
want.
can I
Because all the
assimilate a
Saiyans
Saiyan?
are, like...
Is that possible?
Probably. It's possible because in GT, which no one watches, but in GT, there's this guy. It was like kind of computer weird or something. Baby, that was his name, and he assimilated Vegeta basically. So yeah, I think it's possible.
Okay, I'm back into the, like, I need to empty out some of my base.
Oh,
I've got,
I thought-
like, an entire double chest worth of cobblestone.
I thought you were gonna say something like, "Oh, you're back to like, oh, this is a bad idea because Toast could become a Saiyan too."
That would be concerning, but no, I'm just, like, I have an entire double chest full of cobblestone right now, and, that's a lot. But I also need a lot of copper, so if anybody wants to trade, like, a large amount of copper for a large amount of cobblestone.
Why do I get lost in my cave like every day? Oh, there we go.
Ashley, what are you up to?
The human navigation system highly relies on landmarks. You'll notice that there aren't many of those easily visible while underground.
Trying to get some things set up for later in the game. Try and get some efficiency stuff set up. Not like the enchantment, just like...
What, like a mob grinder?
Just setting stuff up at my base. No. I'm too lazy to make a mob grinder right now.
So what are you doing?
Just working on my base right now till it gets daytime, and then I'm gonna go out and try to find a few things.
Oh, do we want to sleep?
Oh, if we are all able, yes, please.
Yeah, well, we could also do the quick log out thing
I'll
for anybody
pop
who
out
can't
quick.
sleep at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right. And there we go. It's daytime.
Woo!
And I'm not going to be chased by evil bats anymore. For like 3 days, maybe.
Darn.
You bats are good. They're nice people.
Evil bats are the opposite of good bats.
That's true, they are the
Good
opposite of good
name.
bats, but that doesn't mean they're inherently violent.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. They make good pets.
They burn in the
Just keep going
sunlight.
down.
You only
They
pick
bite
them up-
everything they can see, but mostly you. They only show up when you're sleep deprived.
Wait a
that's
minute,
all
those
good.
aren't even bats. Those are
And
more
the
like
noise.
flying stingrays.
I mean, okay, fair. I was using the term evil bats, but I suppose.
They have feelings. That's all I know. We should cuddle and hug them and give them food.
You will die. You will add a +1 to your death counter, which I think is currently at 3.
If you trap them in a boat, they can't hurt
They
you.
never die.
Can you put
Yes, you
flying
can.
critters in a boat?
Or at least you could the last time I played Minecraft. I trapped one in a boat on accident.
Wait. Okay, no, I'm suddenly fully on board with this. This sounds amazing.
And you guys said I was weird for kidnapping a panda.
Pretty messed up. Poor panda lost his family.
I never said that personally, though. I didn't disagree with it either. I think I was concerned by how difficult it was for you to kidnap the panda. Like, you struggled a lot when it came to abducting
People
that
will pay a
panda.
high price for an exotic zoo animal.
Oh, is that why you
Maybe.
kidnapped
Who's
it?
to say?
You
I just said that
did.
people would pay a high price for it, not that I was going to sell it.
No, I'm not sure whether to be like concerned or
There we go.
I don't know. It seems like a problem, but I don't know how to exactly describe it as such.
Sounds like capitalism.
Yeah, that would be the problem, I think.
What? Of course not.
This deep slate is annoying.
It sounds like the exploitation of... Are pandas still an endangered species?
Probably.
I don't think it's our fault. I think pandas are just, like, really, like, lazy and incompetent as a whole. They're not, like, being poached or anything, but I think they're an endangered species.
Yes, I read somewhere that because pandas are so lazy, they'll tend to sometimes just like not want to mate with each other. So zookeepers will have to show them videos of other pandas mating to get them in the mood.
That should be
That's
illegal.
a weird conversation to be having.
But out of all the
okay.
species, it's like, come on,
Illegal.
panda, why?
Illegal.
Why you gotta be like this?
I was referring to the fact that, like, pandas will forget about their kids
I mean, a lot of
Completely.
animals will do that.
for, like, days at a time.
Why remember your kids? Like, come on.
I mean, we've already established what you plan to do with your kids,
I still hear things. Maybe there's another
I have so much
pocket behind
ideas.
this wall.
including selling them to turn into a Super Saiyan. Which
Yeah.
I don't think is how it works. But even if it is, that's kind of like, ugh.
if I have phasmophobia in real life, at least they can't outrun me yet.
I don't like this conversation at all. I was trying to come to a more comfortable topic. This is not. This is worse.
Hey, I can always sacrifice my mom too. I can just.
You're a psychopath.
I can always strip her.
You're worse than me.
I thought this was a Taken role. What's going on here?
Oh goodness. I keep hearing the skeleton. But it's not here.
Certified psychopath.
Maybe it's this way.
My conversation in ILL are
Aha!
always hilarious.
It sounds like it. I don't even know how to respond to
Pick another
that.
conversation. That's your response.
Quickly, well, I did that, and we ended up here. I don't know if this is even something we should be continuing. Does anybody have a whole bunch of copper? I'm like,
I have a small handful,
No,
but I'm also
unfortunately.
hidden in the woods.
alright, so I'm gonna, like, say, 1 copper ore is worth, like, 16 cobblestone to me.
Oh.
And a stack is worth, like, or no,
Uh-oh.
a stack, sorry, copper is worth either 16 stone or 16 copper is worth an emerald to me.
Ah! You were sneaking
So
up on me.
if anybody wants to make those
How
kinds of
dare
trades,
you.
I am open to doing so. Man, this is not organized
If I
at all.
find copper, I don't mind giving it to you for free. I just haven't. I've been in the mine for a while.
Good.
I was gonna do this. Oh, that's right.
Eat a fish.
Food. But we don't have much of that. Or do I?
Running out of
Fresh-
fish.
okay.
Running out of other
Okay,
food.
cool. Second
That's a good
question: will you guys, like, let's say for example, if they start doing like bionic arms type of thing,
Uh-oh.
where you have hopefully I'm saying it right, like a bio arm
Cybernetics.
type of thing or leg or whatnot. There you go. Will you do it? Like I'm thinking of like cutting my left arm and getting one of those. I think it'll be super cool.
There would have to be a very clear upside to that, because doing that is
Ooh,
going
is this
to
an abandoned
mess
mine
with your
shaft?
system. Like, there's all kinds of risks that come with people losing those
Nice.
limbs already, and without a replacement. And I imagine even more will come with replacement. Like, that thing's not going to take care of itself. You're going to have to, like,
Learn
take
engineering.
it apart. You're going to have to clean it. Yeah, you're going to have to know about. It's like getting a car.
Ah, you go to the hospital. They got you.
But yeah, but the hospital's expensive.
Ah, but
It's like you don't always want to go to the mechanic if you got like an oil change and easy. Actually, I always go to the mechanic for oil change. But anything that's more than an oil change,
Oil changes
yeah,
are so
you want to
easy.
go to a mechanic for. Yeah, oil changes are so easy. That's why I don't bother. It's like most mechanics won't charge more than like $40, and that's 3 hours that I get back.
Oh yeah, I have never changed.
It takes you
I
3
think I
hours
did
to
it
change your
once.
oil?
Like I know how. Oh shoot! I broke my pickaxe. That was really well enchanted. I was gonna try and fix that. Oops.
I found an abandoned
Just
mine
like-
shaft. I'm so lucky.
Oil, like, and also that's a good check-in point because they'll usually do like free inspections and stuff on your vehicle when they do that. Mostly because they want to find more stuff that they can get you to pay them to fix. But they'll help you figure out if anything's wrong with your car that needs fixed, and then you can go do all those repairs yourself and thank them for the diagnosis.
No, they don't do that. Mechanics are nice.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I do is I find out from them all the things that I need to fix, then I fix them myself.
Yeah, that's wrong. You should let them fix it because they need to.
Yeah,
You-
but
you-
okay. For context, changing my oil costs like $40 to $60.
Hmm.
Changing out my brake pads costs $2,000 to $3,000.
That's a lot.
Wow, what car do you have?
Well,
Ooh.
it's you got to take care of the rotors, you got to take care of the brake pads, you got to pay for labor and all that.
Holy.
Yeah, that's like kind of the standard like uptick for mechanics. Is like as soon as it starts taking to a significant amount of time or actually look like repairs, it's very expensive very quickly and becomes
Lot of
like,
iron
no,
here,
I'm
that's
doing that
good.
myself.
Ooh,
I'll waste the
redstone,
weekend
yes.
and be okay.
I've stopped worrying about cars, because I just get like
I do have the door on me. Haha!
I get a car note, I get with warranty, and then I just
We'll just
they take care of it if it has any issue, and then I
not
just
what I
like trade
wanted.
it in and then get another one. Like after X amount of year.
Also
and
not what I wanted.
I used to. My dad's a mechanic, but he's a hilarious mechanic. I would not take it to him. Anyway, but the point is, like, he's a mechanic. He did it for years, and I did live.
Yeah, your spider.
Like, with old cars that he would always fix, and sometimes it'll break
You know
again,
what, it's
and
fine. I don't
fix
care
and break
anymore.
and fix and break. But they're cheap because it's like Miami, and Miami you can find everything for like on the junkyard for $40 and stuff like that, or 20. Or I never spent for brakes. I would spend like $40 or something like that. And then my dad would do it. But
Yeah, it's not the brake pads that are expensive. The rotors can be expensive, and then the labor. The labor is the stuff that costs an absurd amount.
Yeah, and especially with the cars nowadays that they all have like sensors and whatnot. They upcharge you now like a lot.
Yeah, and I understand that because the computers are such a pain to deal with.
Yep. And you can mess it up mad quick if you don't know what you're doing. When I was working, so I used to work at a casino.
Oh boy, we got a story incoming.
Yeah. And I had a friend. All right. Obviously, I'm not gonna say name, but I had a friend that like my best friend, and we were awesome. And then we had
not gonna say the name, huh?
No, I can't. But not from my friend.
You just did though.
But the other guy, like he's like a friend of my dad, and he's the one who basically got me into a casino. Really nice person.
Whoops.
But he had one really big issue. His breath smelled like dead things. Do not say what I want to say. It was horrific.
Ooh,
like,
there's a lot of gold, yes.
Super horrific.
Well, you know what? I don't know why I'm celebrating. I don't know what I'm going to use all
dragon
this gold for.
Because of his breath. He was really nice, but that, like, he'll talk to me, and even though I'm short and he's really tall, I still get a sniff, and I'll be, like, dizzy. I'll be like, oh my god. If this keeps up, I'm going to turn into a ghost. So, my dad was fixing his
water
car,
just up there.
and my best friend was his ride until his car got fixed. So, in the car, windows up, AC, dragon breath. Windows down, more dragon breath. It didn't matter. So, my friend bought cherries, like those cherry scent things, and he said that he put it, and the car smelled good with cherries, like nice. And when he got into the car, he's like, what happened to the cherries?
Okay.
Oh no.
But the story continues.
So many waiting for me.
The day came that he went to pick up his car from my dad's house, and he was so happy. He called me. He's like, "Bro, finally, I'm dropping this dude off. Like, I don't have to worry about it anymore." So he started driving me away.
I'm stuck.
So happens that my dad messed up that car that got, like, the car turned on and the guy drove like 2 blocks, and then they had to jump the car, and then my best friend calls me. He's like, your dad messed me up.
Immediately broke again.
And it was so loud. It was so funny. He's like, your dad messed me up. I gotta keep taking him to work. It was so hilarious.
There is a school over there.
Yeah.
He wasn't very happy with that.
Well, they were friends, so he already knew. So he was like, it's fine. But, like, he came to me, and he's like, bro, your dad's a piece of you-know-what. Like, he did this to my car, and I'm like, bro, you know him for, like, 30 years before I was born. You already know how he's a mechanic. Don't come to me, and come to me like I can't do anything about it.
So the spawner's on the other side of this wall.
Give me a computer, I'll fix it. I don't know about no cars. And then it was just hilarious. My friend was like, bro, I hate your dad, because I still need to deal with this. I have a good time.
Don't have another pickaxe. Alright, let's run back upstairs then.
Great story.
The best part was the cherries. funny thing is like my mom never smelled his thing. He like she told me because I
How
always
do
tell
I
her.
get back?
And but my mom's like shorter than me. She's like 4'9", so she would never smell him. And then she was like telling me like, oh, I never smelled him. I'm like, yeah, because you got lucky
Oh,
because
this way maybe.
you're short. Because if not, oh god, you'll pass out.
This is not where. Well, you know what? There's a. There was that. I'm totally lost.
And there's another story, but it's a quick one. And the reason why I do Cardinals is because when I moved from Miami, I drove, and my dad was the last person who fixed my car
If this is.
because they had an oil leak.
Is there
And I'm
a-
like, oh, you think you got this? And he's like, yeah, I got this. I'm like, all right, because if not, I'll leave you the
here
car.
somewhere that I
'Cause
came down
it's
on.
like I have to drive far with the car. He said, nah, I got this. He did not have this. And then I was driving, and then the car started blowing smoke everywhere, white smoke everywhere.
Not
And I
that
was
way.
driving, and it made it to the location. But I was driving, and I was using smoke screen on everyone behind
is
me,
this it?
and everyone couldn't see. And they were
Yes.
like moving away from me. So when I finally got to like
Cave
my
spiders are
destination,
annoying.
I was so upset.
That one did not
And
want to
then
die,
With time,
but I'm almost out of
my dad was talking to my mom, and
pickaxes,
he's like,
so I better
"Oh,
get up top.
the reason why the car blew was because it didn't have oil." And then my mom was like, she comes to me,
This
she's
the
like,
way?
"Oh, your dad said that you didn't put oil in the car." I'm like, "How am I gonna put oil? He was a mechanic. He was getting the leak.
I hope this is
If
the way.
you're getting the leak, you're supposed to put the oil too. He never told me to put oil. It's like if I go to the dealer and I go for an oil change, all
Once
they
again,
do is
that's
just
not the
take
way.
out the oil and then they call me back there. It's like, here, you did the change and put the oil. I'm like, do the whole job. So my car died.
Sad day.
My dad is
Oh, my dad's car had an issue like that where basically just put off the change for too long and he ended up fusing some stuff in the engine block. He's actually replaced the engine. He loves that car. And like it's a fast little
This is
sports
not
car. It
also
does
the
a
way,
good.
is it?
It's ancient, but
Nope.
he's taken such good care of it. Aside from the various many ways that he's caused it to break down,
Up here? No. Well,
he actually
Maybe.
hasn't taken great care of it. But he's maintained it despite all that.
nope.
Like every time it breaks down, he finds time to set
Oh,
aside to fix it. It
Lost
could
in
take
the
a
same
long
spot.
time, but eventually it gets taken care of. And it's got like a turbocharger, manual
here it is.
drive. He's very, very happy with it.
No, that sounds like a car worth like, still fixing. I didn't fix mine.
Oh, definitely. I had a similar car and decided, you know what, I have to fix this thing way too often. I'm getting mine. And I got like a beat up, half like not a very pretty, but a very usable car. And proceeded to break it down twice. One in the curb incident I mentioned, and one in some other stuff.
Oh, I got some like not bad like crash story, but I got a good one. I can't. I'm so old. So that's why I got a stupid story. So I was 18,
I see.
and I was taking
Let's
a
see.
friend
There we
from
go.
my job home, and when I was younger,
More
I'm
sticks.
not like that anymore because family, kids, and stuff. But I used to be super impulsive, and it was like I was stupid. So, but I was
make
good stupid because
4.
I still went to school and stuff like that. So if I didn't went to school and stuff like that, I don't know where.
What
I
I'm
would do
hearing is you were a teenager once.
that. Yeah, and a very
And then
nice
you were a
one.
young
Another
adult at one
sword.
point.
yeah. That sounds thank you. That sounds better than what I'm trying to say. So, I start taking him home, and where he was going home, and I just looked at him and I'm like, "Do you want to die?" And he's like, "What?" And then I just
Oh,
hit the
what
wheel
can I get
all the
rid
way
of?
to the left, and I didn't know that it would lock. So my car locked, and we started spinning in the road.
Well, you know, I don't need the arrows either.
But the best part was how he was screaming, because he was a big dude,
Hmm.
and he held up to the top of the car, and he's like, ah! And he's looking at me, and he's like, ah!
Well, we'll head
Yeah, I went too. That's a bit beyond impulsive.
And I was
do need
looking at
more
her because,
food, though.
oh my god, it was so cool. Everything went into slow motion. It was so cool. And I started looking at him like, why is he screaming? Why is the car spinning? Why do we see so many lights coming at us? And it's the other cars coming at us.
Where are we at?
And then I heard, and everything went quick. And I hit the side. I popped a tire. I bent the tire and popped it too. So I had like
No,
both
I want to
tires
go
were
back down.
popped, but the front one was
Look around
like
some more.
I bent it into the car. Like it wasn't like out like how it's supposed to. Like it was like bent in because it hit the side and it was like I guess because it was
We
still
need a lot of iron for the.
so it pushed it
name
in. It was
tags.
some weird stuff. I was able to change one tire, the other one I couldn't take it out because I have no spare. Plus it was really stuck, and as I was driving, the car would wobble, and it was hilarious because I took him. I was like, oh, don't worry, I got this. And I changed it, and he's looking at me. He's like, "Bro, you're crazy." I'm like, "No. You know, we lost control." And
I'm
then
surprised he let you drive after that point.
Nope.
he didn't. He didn't want me to. He was like, "No, stay at my house." Like before all that, he was like, "You're a psychopath." But after that, he was like, "Look, stay here. Don't drive. Like your car is all messed up." And I'm like, "I got this." And I drove. I had to drive like 10 miles an hour, and the car was wobbly. But I used to drive like in the hood area, so the cops didn't even stop and pull me over. I had cops passing by me, and they did not even pull me over, cause it was a hood. They didn't even stop there. And then I just kept driving.
There we go.
And I got home, and then I had to make up a story to my dad, cause my dad was So I'm like, oh,
Also wrong way.
there was a raccoon, and I didn't want to hit the raccoon, so I lost control. And to this day, he still thinks
Also
that's
not
That
a
was
story.
your excuse.
Yeah,
As a raccoon.
yeah. And I told my mom the truth. Like, I go to my mom, like, oh, no, I was being stupid. And she's like, you know you can't die. I'm like, I guess. But that's the real story. Don't tell Dad. Because then you know how that is. He's going to, like, scream at me for hours. He's not going to do anything, but he's going to nag me. Because my dad would nag me for hours. He would just be like, yeah. And then every day he would tell me the same thing. If if he sees me driving,
did it go?
probably till this day he'll still be like, yeah, watch out for those raccoon, huh? Yeah, watch out. So I'm like, yeah, don't tell him, because then I'll never
Wait, no,
live
this
that
is
down.
going back up.
So, yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like something you could live down.
It was fun though. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun.
I mean,
here it
it might have been fun for
Nope.
you.
I know.
This is this again.
I'll never forget his scream. To this day, I still remember the dude's face, how he was screaming. And then at work, I was like, yo, remember how you were screaming like a little, you know what? And then he's like, I never screamed. I'm like, bro, come on. I saw you in slow motion. You were like, I'm like, do you want to go on another ride? He's like, shut up.
Where?
It was good times.
This way?
Now I drive like an old man.
Okay, we need a new team name for Ashley and Saito.
No, but look, now I drive like an old man. Like, if the speed limit is 40, I go 40, the max is 45. Everyone makes fun of me now. They're like,
Self-preservation not found or something.
oh. Wait, what?
Self-preservation not found.
I thought
might be a
Ashley's
good
method of
start.
self-preservation was just killing everyone first. Oh, that's the way out. How did I lose myself again?
I don't know what you're all talking about.
You don't, do you?
Nope. I am innocent.
Since when was that a subject of conversation? Or is that just a default response now? And if so, why?
Anyway. Anyway,
Was there meant to be something following the
Yeah, I'm here waiting for the anyway.
Nah, I just decided to throw it in there for funsies.
Well, I'm lost.
There was an attempt to change the topic. It failed.
What?
There was an attempt to change the topic of conversation. It failed.
I don't even know what's happening. I just butted in for
Never
no
mind. I'm not
reason.
lost anymore.
I see.
I don't know.
Whoops. All right, let's go down this way. Nothing. All right, here's a good new topic. During the summer, what is your perfect summer's day meal?
Chipotle.
Isn't that your favorite meal of any day?
Yes.
Yeah, like winter is definitely like Chipotle or like Chili's fajitas, that kind of thing. Lots of spice, lots of meat, lots of other things that are entirely optional if I just want the meat that day. I think in the winter though, a good sandwich from like Jimmy John's would be amazing. Not Subway, because Subway is terrible. Like no, Subway is terrible. They have this mentality that's basically if we take all of our expenses that should be on us and pass them on either to the worker or the customer, then we're running an efficient business. Dude, Subway is terrible. Jimmy John's it's a franchise, but it doesn't do that kind of thing.
No. Subway's amazing. It's amazing. Everything is 100% what it is. I still go to Subway.
Feel sorry for you.
Nah, I don't. I stopped a long time ago. I used
It's like
to go.
Subway's whole pitch does not match up with their business strategy at all. Actually, more lines up with Jimmy John's, which is why I like it so much.
Jimmy John have really amazing subs. I get the spicy one. I think it's like the number 7, whatever they call it.
Oh, yep. I'm not a big fan of the Italian sandwiches, so I get the roast beef
Not a lot of
and
chests
lots
full
of
of
it.
loot in this abandoned mine.
They're
Like the
good.
Hunters Club,
Kind of-
that's the good stuff.
Kind of a bummer.
They're good.
There's also that issue with Subway that they offer like so many different ingredient types and you don't really want any of them. They don't do a very good job pre-building anything but the meats on their sandwiches because that's what they charge you for, and they want to make sure that they're charging you appropriately.
A
But as
charcuterie
for
board with
figuring out
lots
what
of
you actually
cheese
want
and
on the
cold
sandwich,
cuts.
well, I'm sure you'll
Ooh.
figure it out and make some stupid mistakes that make you never
That's
want to go there
good.
in the future.
Pair that with a nice
I stopped.
red
What about
wine.
you,
I don't
Toast?
remember why.
What's your preferred summer dish?
Pizza. Pizza and watermelon.
Pizza's good. Pizza
No,
with
just, like,
watermelon
on the side.
on it?
I like the whole meal.
Never been a big fan of watermelon.
Although I
actually.
have been getting really good at making bacon mushroom Swiss burgers,
Oh, that's what's wrong.
and those have been really good.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Burgers are amazing.
I've also been getting good at making cheesesteaks.
Cheese
Yeah,
sticks?
you know, like a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh. I thought you said cheese stick. I'm like, wait, what? That sounds good too. Oh yeah, no, Philly cheese sticks, yeah.
I like the idea of the charcuterie board, Ton Squared. I do like me a charcuterie board. Pair it with a red wine or a nice IPA. That'd be good.
Okay, how about which pizza do you guys like? What is like your favorite like place to eat pizza?
I don't like pizza.
Yeah, we learned that on Tuesday.
no.
And we were all very, very shocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Where
I
was I? I
vaguely remember
forgot
this
then.
now.
Oh God.
I think I remember us being a little bit more focused on either Toast absolutely dominating in Catan or the bats just like appearing and then disappearing.
The Toast Empire will reign supreme.
Yeah, it already does.
Well, in answer to your question, my favorite pizza place. That's hard because I don't actually buy pizza a lot. I normally just make it myself. But, I mean, Domino's is pretty okay.
Domino's would be my go-to. I don't really have a preferred one. I'm not a huge fan of mod pizza. Like, they have a really cool premise, and I just don't like their pizza.
Yes, I drink wine.
They like have you
I've
make
noodles.
your own pizza.
Anything that serves
and,
pizza with
like,
hot honey?
You pick out
Like
not
a
just,
hot
like,
honey
pick out
sauce, or
what
do you mean
want,
like
but,
warm
like you
honey?
pick the sauce base, you pick out what topping, you pick out everything. It's like what you do for a Subway sub.
I've heard of them, and I think I saw one once in a town an hour's away, but never did go.
Yeah, it's a kind of a cool concept,
Spicy
but
honey?
I'm not
Oh,
a big
okay.
fan of the pizza.
That sounds good.
Wait,
Just
what
in
pizza
general.
place?
I'd go
Mod
for that.
pizza.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that place.
Yeah. But it sounds cool that you could build your own pizza, like. from
It might
scratch
be
type
a
of thing.
West Coast thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
There's a place like that near about an hour away from where I live, where you build your own pizza, but it's actually like if I'm
away
going to
from me.
eat pizza, that's the one place I will eat pizza from because it's actually really good. And I can
Nice.
like use pesto instead of red sauce. And yeah.
Yeah, I think mod pizza does that as well.
Check my phone real quick.
Oh. Yeah, I usually go for the Domino's pizza because it's, in my experience, like the driest out of the pizzas. And that's like, they're all really like greasy and, but Domino's is the least bad about it in my experience.
Oh, for now I kind of prefer like I call
Alright,
this
there
one
we go.
Hungry Howie, which is pretty decent because like I love when it's like fluffy. Like the pizza there is like the bread is fluffy and then it's just awesome.
That does sound good. Like, the things I really like are either thin crust or like
There's
really,
so
really
many
poofy.
spider webs.
Because that helps absorb a lot of the oils and stuff.
Oh, I wish I could get thin crust, but no one in my house eats thin crust. I miss out because everyone.
Proof or it
always,
didn't
like,
happen.
complain.
Well-
Everyone's too picky. I can't put jalapeno on my pizza because
It's on you then to get the proof.
Oof. Well, then you get your own jalapenos and put them on the pizza yourself, right?
Sometimes I do like half of it, and then I'll get half with jalapenos. But then like I have to eat all the 4 slices. If not, it just stays there. So sometimes I do it, and I make
You
the
like not
sacrifice.
to get into like leftover pizza or
A lot of water.
No, I eat leftover food because I grew up eating leftover food, so it's not a big deal. But usually you shouldn't, because supposedly
It
Yeah,
could
it
have
could be
botulism
harmful,
and it could kill you.
yeah.
What, do you not know about
Yeah. I don't
botulism?
know about what exactly it is, but yeah.
Botulism.
about what? That
It's
does
a
not
real
sound
word.
like a
So-
real word.
When you leave your food out too long, so it stays at room temperature and it starts to spoil, it can grow botulism, which is a chemical, well, sort of like a chemical, but you can't really see it on your food and you can't smell it and you can't taste it. But if it's there, then it'll send you straight to the hospital or just straight up kill you.
So like unrefrigerated leftovers, or okay, well yeah,
You should take care of your
your
leftovers. Keep hot food hot, keep cold food cold. And generally the rule is if something's been sitting out at room temperature that normally shouldn't be for more than 2 hours, then it's probably not safe to eat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, see, so I usually will eat it like a day after, and it's just room temperature. So that's why I try
That
to
does sound a
not eat
little
it.
dangerous.
Yeah, I've been playing that roulette for many years.
I was
That's why
I was
try
part of a
not to
group
anymore.
for a long time that we taught classes on preserving food and the dangers of leaving food out and stuff like that for the community. So botulism is one of those big ones.
Reminds me of this random line I heard from somewhere. I don't remember exactly where.
Bet.
It's like, you know, you're gonna die if you eat too much junk food, right? And their answer was like, no, you know how many preservatives are in this thing? I'm gonna live forever. I just found that very entertaining. It's just like,
The
no,
modern
that's
mummy.
not how it works at all.
Didn't the guy
The
that
modern
uses
mummy.
vitamins? The parent. Oh wait, I remember this one.
He still doesn't know what it means though,
Yeah, I have no idea.
and never should.
Ah!
Didn't the guy that invent vitamin like go insane and then like supposedly thought he could be immortal by drinking like an excess amount of vitamin or something like that?
Here for a good time, not a long time.
I mean, I
understand
feel like
that.
that's a conclusion someone could come to if they figured out how nutrients work and they figured that death came from a lack of nutrients. I just tried to enchant a block of coal. I
Piece of
am
bread constantly set
so
on a
outfit
computer
right now.
on a counter lecturing on food safety. Remember, Golf, my bread is metal. I'm not actually
Yeah,
made
it
of
comes
bread.
together
Or
nicely,
find
though.
more diamond.
Also from space. Just push me up this side. Alright.
I love that.
Hello. Are you here to hang out, or are you here just to grab something?
But in my house, people eat like
Oh, you brought me
leftover,
wine.
like,
Thank you.
pork, for example, like from
To
one
get
day
the
to
proof.
another. And there's been times that I've been just sitting there in the microwave,
Oh, it's you.
and I
Sure.
tell
So you don't
Same
get
for the
to,
proof.
you don't get to keep the
Tell
wine.
them. You guys are gonna die one of these days.
For
over
a bubbly
pork.
rosé, that's
Especially pork.
not very sweet.
But,
I mean, it depends on the pork. Might be worth it. You never know.
Okay.
yeah,
I'm probably gonna have to end here in
I don't think so.
20 minutes or so.
I mean, pork is pork.
Mary's gonna drop by to pick up 2 more
Pretty good
hamburgers.
stuff.
It's funny. I'm Cuban, but I'm not too crazy about pork.
The food's almost done.
Okay.
I mean, it's got nothing on like a proper steak, but
Okay.
not bad.
So I'll go till like 7:20.
I'll be honest. I prefer
in.
chicken. I don't know why.
It's almost 7.
You're telling me you would rather have a rotisserie
Okay.
chicken than a steak?
Yeah.
That is something right there.
Like I obviously I'll always have like a burger before I eat chicken, but like steak
But a
or
burger
anything
is
like
like the same, like that's beef, but it's like the same
Oh,
as steak.
this
It's
is where I
just
am.
cooked
I made
differently.
my way all the way
Correct,
back
correct.
here.
that. I think I hope I don't know.
I'm not actually 100% certain on that.
Nobody's
either.
certain on anything.
But chicken's bad. Like it's amazing. It's like, oh man, oh.
What time it is where I am? It's 3 minutes
Especially
to 7.
like if you get like the
PM?
Publix chicken, like if
I'm
they
in
eat, oh man,
Pacific
I used
time.
to get like the chicken tender like subs. Like I'm not sure if you guys know Publix, but it's like a
I
supermarket.
don't think so.
They have like their own sub stuff in there too, and then like they can make you like the chicken tender, the sub. Oh my god, you should eat that so much.
3 minutes to 10 a.m.
So
at your
good.
place. Oh. Your day's just starting.
I had go before. Why is it telling me like it's new?
My day is coming to an end. And what a day it was. Oh, lava. Oh! Hole. What is... Is it just a source block? Oh, it was just a source block. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for hanging out. We do Minecraft with this group on Thursdays.
I'm so deep into like I'm all the way to bedrock, and I
Um,
barely see diamonds.
On Tuesdays, we...
That is how they usually
Play a
work.
variety of
Diamonds are
games
supposed to be
together.
scarce.
And on
Oh
Mondays,
my god, they're too scarce.
I stream on my
I want
own
to see if I make one of those like tables.
doing things.
Yeah,
We're
it's not like
playing
you
Everspace
stumble
2
upon them within your first hour of gameplay after digging
right
a
now.
hole that wasn't intended
My
to
Monday
find
streams
diamonds at
start
all.
at 7
Uh,
p.m. my time, so
they should
About
allow you to create
now-ish,
like a
I
little
guess.
machine to detect diamond. It'd be so much awesome.
That's a thing in several mod packs, actually. There's also ways to automatically mine out like entire chunks and deposit their contents in a chest. So take all the fun out of it. It just ends up becoming numbers, which is like all a game is,
I think
but
I'm super lost.
it does a really good job of pretending it's not.
Love to have you come and hang out with us.
Yeah, but, oh my god, it's so bad. Takes forever. I think I only got like what 4 diamonds, 5 diamonds. I forgot how much. And
I am super lost in this abandoned mine shaft. It just goes on forever.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you find some diamonds.
I haven't found a single chest with loot in it, and I'm upset.
Well, the only things you'll find in abandoned mine shafts is minecart.
I haven't found any of those either.
Rip.
I have not even found iron anymore.
I found several spawners though. Not that I don't think those are
Several
not good for
spawners.
anything, are they?
I mean, you can set up
Oh,
like
okay.
XP farms
So,
around
nothing
them.
good.
I mean, it depends on the morality of causing countless creatures to die for. And I'm not even sure what experience really is in this game. Some kind of like draining their magic power or something.
Yes, let's go dark.
Yeah, but they were trying to kill you first, like before they existed. It was predetermined that they were going to try and kill you, so does that make it right? I don't know.
Or maybe they're just defending their area and you're the intruder.
Well, I'm definitely the intruder.
I mean, they do chase you infinitely, but you are also the intruder, yeah, which makes the spawner active, so... I feel like good might not be a good word to use in this
Morally
context.
ambiguous.
Highly morally ambiguous, which is where we all love to be.
And then there's Ashley, who's morally
Being
bankrupt.
evil is awesome.
I feel like they are the epitome of morally ambiguous.
What are you? I don't know what you mean.
Exactly. How can you get any more ambiguous than that right there?
Yes.
Oh, I found a diamond, finally!
Ooh, congrats.
No! Where's my diamonds?
Alright, Ashley, lightning round. What is your top 10 potato dishes?
Well, that's a fun question.
Shredded potatoes, French fries, sweet potato casserole.
There's just one diamond.
Um,
I was gypped.
The like, what's the word? The like, the fried round potatoes, like the or,
Potato
like,
barrels?
the ones that are baked in the pan. I don't know what to call them, but I really like round potatoes. Mashed potatoes.
That scared me.
That's all.
I think those are my like favorites.
I am very surprised potato chips aren't on the list.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like potato chips. Like I like them sometimes,
No, like
but
the
I'm
salt
not
and vinegar Lay's will get me through a bad day.
Salt and vinegar Lay's are pretty darn good. I will admit that.
Those are quality options. I respect that.
Also, like if I had to choose like potato chips, it would be the salt and vinegar or those like sour cream and onion ones.
Ooh.
Those
I'm
are
not a
pretty
big
good
fan of
too.
sour cream and onion, actually. At least I wasn't. I haven't tried them in a long time, but they always felt a little just off.
Tim's
to me.
jalapeno chips is where it's at.
I don't think I've ever had those.
They make a good jalapeno chip.
I don't think anything can top salt and vinegar for me.
I guess I'll take this redstone. I will need it for the cafe, probably.
I usually eat any of the spicy one or just cheese. And if you get like the cheese dip, that's like heaven right there. There was a time I was eating the poppers though. It's like
Jalapeno poppers?
It's like it's chips. No. I had those. I think at Burger King one time they were good. And at some other place. But no. It's a chip that I don't know how they. I don't think they fry it or whatever.
Yeah, this thing
they
just
air
goes on
pop it
forever.
or something like that. It's called poppers. There's a few of them. Let me see if I get the proper name. But they have a bunch of flavors, and the original was the best because it's like sweet and salty
Alright, well,
at
I've
the
already
same
been
time.
that way.
Then there's like another one that is like the cinnamon to me was garbage. I don't know who decided to do that one. There's a sea salt one. I'm not sure they have a salt and vinegar though. They have a few, and they've been getting more lately. I've seen more, at least in my area.
I don't want to go down there.
Ah, there we go. The proper name. Popcorners.
Popcorners.
Yeah, they have a lot
say
of
I've heard of
flavors on
those.
Amazon. Yeah, they're pretty good. Oh wow, they have a sour cream and onion. I didn't know that. I was wrong. They do not seem to have salt and vinegar. Maybe they do. This box probably didn't have all of them.
Oh. Something over there.
Supposedly they're healthy. Supposedly. You know how everyone claims everything's
chest.
healthy and it kills you.
Ah! I found a chest in a minecart. It was guarded by a zombie villager. Let's see what I'm gonna get.
What an unlikely
I
turn
didn't
of
get any
events.
diamonds. Boo.
Got some melon seeds and horse
Pumpkin
armor.
seeds, a name tag, some iron,
Hey, a name tag. That's pretty good. Sido's fished up 4 or 5 of
torches,
those now.
and some more rails. Well, I
Nice.
don't need the pumpkin seeds.
It's $10 in Amazon. Why is it so expensive for one bag of
Because it's
stupid
Amazon.
chips? Jeez.
Yeah. Whenever you get one group in charge of doing all of something, you tend to see it go downhill pretty fast. No competition. There's no reason not to do things inefficiently if it saves you money.
Wow. Like I do some shopping on Amazon because I always
There we go.
compare. Like if I go, let's say, to Walmart, like the diapers are comparable in Amazon. I haven't ordered it because I'd rather just go pick it up. But I compare because I'm not sure in you guys' area, but in my area, people are like insane, I guess. And well, everyone's.
Then
Go down
there's
there?
also like Amazon's tendency,
I did go down there. Okay.
like
You cut off.
oh, did I cut off again? Hold up. So what I was saying is, Amazon's like employee philosophy is the longer you work for Amazon, the less likely you are to work as hard as a new hire. So they actually really don't like it if you stick around. They'll try to give you all kinds of incentives not to work there anymore. And they treat their employees terrible, which is like common knowledge and part of the we don't want you to stay here. I don't know how they expect to like retain any amount of their workforce except by paying people above average.
I'll tell you one thing.
As well take all
I
these
think
rails
it's-
back with me.
Like regular people fault that corporate America is the way it is. I was actually having this conversation with my mom, because we were discussing some stuff, and
Alright, let's try.
I
and
feel
get
like
out of the
it is our
cave
fault in a sense because a lot of people is scared to
Before
lose their
we
job. So
have
when
to end stream.
Well, if I had to give it a specific, like, this is the problem, it's got to be the school system. because the school system does not set people up to be entrepreneurs. It does not set people up to do anything except corporate drone jobs. That is the way that the entire environment is like designed, and people are going to be stuck in that state unless they
Which way was
either
it out?
excel to the point where they don't count, like they don't fit in the school system, and then find a way to make that work,
This way,
or
maybe?
people who give up on the school system and find their own way to do things. Because, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of like the freedom aspect of schools, like how it's basically like cookie cutter, try to make everybody fit into the same curriculums and stuff so that they don't have to pay more teachers, try to, meet the requirements for standardized testing, more by teaching test taking skills than by actually teaching the material. All kinds of nasty stuff there.
I could imagine. That's a different take from what I have. But I could imagine, because when I went to school, it was like, I used to fall asleep in class. It was boring.
It's not just boring, it's like they couldn't give you something compelling. They couldn't give you material that would interest you because they couldn't interest everyone, and they stopped trying. Vocational schools are like non-existent now.
Up here, maybe?
That's bad. That's very bad. Like trade schools are the only place you're going to learn to pick up trades now, and they're basically colleges.
Oh, this way.
Back when my dad was in high school, there was a course for metalworking. He made himself a toolbox that he still uses for model rocketry to this day. When I was in high school, my electives consisted of 3D art, band, theater, and a technical course that taught me nothing about IT. And there were a few other options than that, but nothing that I would actually be able to make a job out of.
I loved learning to weld in high school.
But
that was so much fun.
You got to do that.
And I weld all the time.
That was never an option. Yeah, that was never an option for me. My high school didn't have any programs like that. They had economics.
Yeah, my high school didn't have anything like yours did either. Mine had metal shop, mine had wood shop, and that was about it.
And that's so much better in my opinion. Like, both would be what you're ideally looking for. But when given those options, I would much prefer something that I can make a trade out of.
Hey, but come on. At least you learn how to use Microsoft Word, alright? Did they at least teach you that? Because that's all they... I went to...
Oh, we learned Microsoft Word and Excel in like 7th grade and used it from that point on.
Oh, okay, so it's a different... Alright.
Yeah, like that became a medium that we used to do our schoolwork pretty quickly because it was a lot easier for the teachers to grade.
I had a friend that went to become an IT. And all they taught him was how to use Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And then he comes to me, he's like, oh yeah, this is what I'm learning. I'm like, bruh, that's nothing. That's just an application. He's like, oh no, I'm IT. I'm like, bruh, you ain't gonna get anywhere. And they charge him like $20,000.
That's absurd.
Yeah, and that was back
there
in the day.
There are scams and then there are scams. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. It was hilarious.
Okay, nobody here yet.
Like, I mean, it's hilarious that so many people got scammed because they didn't decide to, like, you know, really read what they're going for. But
yeah, the people who would be taking that course are the people who don't know what reading that the things that reading anything about the course would warn them off with. Because like, I want to learn how I want to learn how to do computer, get into the IT field. They have no idea how the computer works in the first place, which is what makes them susceptible to that. Oh, right. Like, I know this one program now. Now I'm an IT person. Such a scam.
Not only that, when have you seen a school in a mall?
Okay, that's a little bit Like, I could see certain situations where that might work as a boot camp, but not a school. Boot camp is a very different thing. That is, we're going to get you a job in this field. We're a program that's recognized by, like, the industry, that will ensure that you're able to get that kind of thing going.
It sounds like you guys went to pretty big
Yeah,
size schools.
Oh yeah, I've got like the only school within a 30-mile radius of where I live. Actually, not 30, but more like 15-mile radius of where I lived.
I ended up going to uh like private college type
Starter
of thing.
farms.
I guess they call it.
Nice.
I tried going to like the college that they had in Miami, big college there, my FIU, and it was stupid. I saw software engineer from India crying, and I'm like, what the? Because like they
Might as
would
well
make
smelt
it that
these.
their incentive, it was more like failing you, so that you had to retake the course, and then you had to pay more
Ew.
money. That's their incentive, like because they give you so many. So this is how they do it. You know how you need prereqs to get to certain or take certain classes. So
Yep.
I had one point where I was going, and I basically was going for like, because I went with financial aid, right? So if you go with financial aid, you need to
Oh, right.
have a certain amount
just
of
gonna
credit to get
hold the game right there.
your classes paid and whatnot. So what happened was, and a lot of people were doing that. So it wasn't like, so they were in that issue where they had to take like, let's say 8 classes, for example, and because they didn't have all the prereqs yet, they had to take, like, for example, I don't know, like pre-calculus and then whatever other like high level class, but then they couldn't take any of the engineering class yet. So all their other 6 classes were just electives, but the
Let's
electives
find-
weren't even that easy,
hold on.
because like the teacher would just
Let's
still
pop
make
back
it
to the kitchen.
hard, as you know what, just so that you have.
There we are. Back to the kitchen we go. While we find someone to raid. Actually, let's raid into Ashley. While she's figuring out her stuff. Yeah, thank you for hanging out, Tom Squared. I hope you enjoy listening to Ashley as she continues her whatever it is she's doing. And I will see everybody Monday if we don't break down and have a Everspace stream in the meantime, but we have a pretty busy schedule. See you all then. I'm on my way out.